Go.
Hi everyone, it's Liz. This is Cooking the Books Summer Reading Club Home Edition. And as part of their program, they've asked me to make some cooking classes that are linked up to to the segments that they're doing this summer. The first one I'm doing is fantasy. So finding something that was fantasy could be hard, but for me it was really fairly easy. I have one stored away that I've used before, and it is the unicorn rainbow cheesecake, and that's what we're doing today. I've already mixed up the basic ingredients, but I baked the crust already, which was graham crackers, sugar, and butter. And these are bars. These are not your standard cheesecake that's done in a springform pan, which makes it a little bit easier. You don't have a water bath to worry about. It doesn't cook for a very long time, and when you cut it, it's just a bar, and it's really lots of fun. Anyway, um, so the next part of it is the cheesecake, which I've already mixed in the standard cream cheese, sour cream, eggs, and vanilla, and mixed them together. I've separated the batter into 4 different bowls, and I'm going to color them for you now. So I'm going to start with green. I like to use this gel food coloring rather than the liquid one you get. It's a little bit more money, but it gives you a real concentrated drop of color, and it can be very dark, it can be very light. And as you see, you just mix it together and you get this rainbow we're going to make happen in this cheesecake. So I'm mixing this green, which is a lime green. I can make it a little darker if I want to, or a little lighter, use less color. But I prefer using the gel colors because I find that they give a nice richer color to whatever you're doing. And I've made this cheesecake tons of times, and it's just so fun to do, as I said before. So here we are, we've mixed the green together, and I don't know how true this is, but the recipe says that if you use other colors like blue, and I don't remember the other color now, but blue particularly, it tends to bleed into the other colors, and it kind of misses the effect. As for the yellow, you don't have to use the yellow. You can just leave the cheesecake this color and not use it, but I like it because it sort of makes it bolder and more fun to look at. So I'm just mixing these bowls together, and I'll show you how we place them in just a moment or two. I'll show you how we place them into the pan to give the effect that we want. Okay, so this one's done. Next one we'll do is the pink. And so you can see I have my little toys, my colored spatulas. I bought them because I thought they were so cute, and then when I was doing this cheesecake recipe, I said, why not pull them out? It's a perfect time to use them. And again, you can make this as dark as you want or as light as you want. I'm trying to go for more pastel colors here, and get this together. Okay, now the process, right, just one more time around with this one. I see you want to try and mix it up as best you can because you don't want any streaks. It really doesn't matter, but you know, it's just the way it goes. And last but not least, we have purple. And it only needs a drop or two to get the color just right. And see how pretty it looks already without even putting it together. just looks so colorful and bright and really kind of fun for a summer or any time of year really, but you know, the summer, I think I'm going to add a little bit more purple to this. This looks a little light to me. Or maybe not, let me see. I'm going to, all right, now we're ready to move on. I'm gonna leave it this color. All right, now, this is the procedure to get the colors. You take a droplet or a dollop, whatever you want to call it, and what I do, this is how I do it. I alternate through the crust, which is this delicious graham cracker crust. And you just fill in here, just add a little bit more color, green. And I'm sure you see where I'm going with this, but when you see it all together, and what we do next, it's really fun. Okay, that's one down. I have my paper towels here. Then we take the next color, which will be yellow, and take another strong dollop, put it in, try to move this along. And get it ready to put in the oven. Okay, so we've added the second, we're adding the second color, and it's getting there. And like I said, you know, it's, you can mix whatever colors you want, make them as deep or as rich as you want. I like the pastels, I think that works, and especially since we're doing unicorn, figure we gotta stick with that. All right, so this one is also done. Oh, I got some, oh, well, I got some over there, I got some over here. Okay, next we'll do the purple. Just add it in. Doesn't really matter where you do it. I'm just doing this uniform because that's who I am and how I do it. But, and you see it's already starting to blend together. And I'm not being as careful as I was before because I know what's coming next. There. Oh. Okay, that's done. Last but not least is the pink. Just fill in the holes where we can. Gosh, okay. Get a little down here, and a little down here. We're almost ready for the final step. go. Get all that pink out there. All right. Now, okay, I want to just get a close-up of that, just so they see it before I go in. Okay, I have a skewer here. You can use a butter knife, you can use a toothpick, whatever you have that has some sort of an edge on it. And you just take it and you move it. I do it this way, horizontally. And I do it vertically. And you don't want to mix it up too much, because if you do, you're going to end up with brown, and that's not what we're going for here. I'm going to go through very lightly, and when you feel you've hit the crust, I just want to fill that edge in here. When you hit the crust, you've gone too deeply, so you just need to lightly do this, and you get the effect. Now this is ready to go into the oven. So I'm going to just put my things back here in this sink. And I'm going to get ready to put this in the oven. But I happen to have another one already made right here. I'll take care of that later. Alright, so this is the finished product, which I think looks pretty nice. And I'm going to cut it open. We're going to see what it looks like. Let's do this first. All right, I'm going to cut it across. And I never really know what it's going to look like until I take it out. And by the way, I lined the pan with foil and had an overhang, and I sprayed it with the cooking spray here. Let's see if I can get this up. Let's see. Okay, here. Oh. All right, the first one's never the best, but we'll go for it. And as you can see, it's got, oh my gosh. Okay, it's got some color on the side. And I'm going to show you how we serve it. It usually doesn't look this messy. I am sorry about that. But, okay, it happened. Makes it real. We take it, we put a little whipped cream on it. And we take some sprinkles. And there you have it. Unicorn rainbow cheesecake. I'm going to take a taste because I should. And I'll let you know how it is. Delicious. Okay. Now, for our next fantasy, we're going to do the Disney Dole Whip. And anybody who's
in the next segment.
I don't know what you want me to do.
All right. We will be back shortly with the second segment.